we are on Matthew chapter 14, where Jesus walks on water. And I know guys are wondering, why is this story here? Why is the story of Jesus walking on water? You know, it's a very, very interesting chapter in the scripture, and it is very, very relatable to our daily lives. So for you, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went on to a mountain by himself to pray. Okay, and the boat was already a considerable distance from the land. He buffeted by because the wind was against it. Okay, so shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. So these people had already left. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. Oh my goodness, they were terrified. It's a ghost. It's a ghost, they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage. Don't be afraid." Stop there. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the word "do not be afraid" has been, talked a lot in the scripture, because being afraid, it is something that is perfectly normal for human beings to be afraid. It is normal for human beings to be afraid. That's why the word "don't be afraid," do not be afraid, it is something that is repeated almost, everywhere in the scripture. From Exodus 14:14, that says that Moses told the children of Israel, do not be afraid. Stand firm and see the deliverance of the Lord. For the Egyptians that you see today, you will never see them again. I will fight for you. All you have to do is be silent. So, but Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage. Do not be afraid." "Lord, it is you," Peter replied. "Tell me to come to you on the water." Then Jesus said, "Come." Oh my God. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on water. Are we together? Peter, in Matthew chapter 14, walked on water. But when he saw the wind, when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink. Let's stop there, and we will analyze the scripture of Peter walking on water. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when you lose faith, when fear takes over, then that is when you begin to sink. Ladies and gentlemen, faith is the fuel that propels us as Christians. Faith is the only thing that pushes Christians to the next level. Are we together? Faith is the only thing that you have. And when you don't have faith, that is when you begin to sink. Are we together? So, ladies and gentlemen, Peter here in the scripture began to sink. Peter, the man who told Jesus, who wanted to perceive about the identity of Jesus, walked on water. But when he saw the winds, when he saw the big waves, when he saw the tidings, when he saw the change of patterns, the change of weather, that is when Peter to sink. Are we together? And as Christians, we usually start things on a very high note. But when we are confronted by the things of this world, we begin to lose our stand. We begin to lose our faith. Are we together? We begin to lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, when Peter was getting out of the boat, he was confident. He started walking on water. And that is the same thing, that is the same challenge that as Christians we face. When we start something, we start confidently, but along the way, along the way, the environment or our surroundings intimidate the good that we have. Are we together? The environment is harsh, or the environment is hostile. Then Peter got down, or let me continue. Immediately Jesus reached out of his hand and caught him. Oh my goodness, that is very interesting. You of little faith, he said, why did you doubt? And when they climbed into the boat and the wind died down, those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, truly, you are the Son of God. When he had crossed over, they landed at Gennesaret. And remember Gennesaret from the previous scripture, we learned that Gennesaret is the place where Peter was born. He was born in a town called Gennesaret. And it is also in the town of Gennesaret where it was Jesus met Peter at the town of Gennesaret. And Peter from Luke chapter 4 verses 4, Peter was fishing and could not find fish. No, so not Luke 4:4. It's Luke 5:5. Peter was fishing the whole night but could not find fish. That is when that was his first encounter with Jesus. So they sent word to the surrounding country. People brought all who were ill to him and begged him to let those who were ill just touch the edge of his cloak, and all who touched it were healed. And for those who think that it was only one lady who was healed by touching Jesus, so many people were healed by touching the clothes of Jesus. And from the book of Matthew chapter 14, verses 34, we learn that. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And it is around 1. You just have 1 hour left so that we can do other things. I think meeting in this space and discussing the scripture, I don't think there's any other better way to meet. That is the best way to meet, and that is the best way to engage in something positive. In Kenya right now, out in the world right now, there's a lot of times you have to protect yourself from such negativity, because if that negativity gets the best of you, then it will affect your productivity. Are we together? Because your whatever that you consume will definitely have an impact on your productivity. So it is very important to read, not only read, but also to be serious in the scripture, and also give yourself goals. Give yourself goals too, and within a very short period of time, you will have a testimony. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel, and I'm very happy to host you. If you are new to this channel, you can subscribe, you can comment. I will be more than happy to have you in this channel. So it's around 1 a.m. We'll be here discussing the scripture uh, until around I don't know, maybe when we get tired. This is the week of Rema, and I know so many people are also um, you know trying to catch up with the scripture, and it's not an offense to catch up. It's always good to be loaded with the word. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue from there.